Now, for our Christmas episode, we're actually going to finally do an actual Christmas album. This is Scott Weiland with The Most Wonderful Time of the Year. 10 tracks for 32 minutes. The third and final solo album from Scott Weiland, released October 2011 by Soft Drive Atco Records. No singles were released, and there is no studio or producer info. This is Scott singing traditional songs, Christmas songs, with one original composition in there as well. An interesting side note to this is that a Milwaukee radio station actually played this for 24 hours repeatedly, starting on Christmas Eve and ending on Christmas Day.
How many people killed themselves?
Brendan. Yeah, there was a lot of murder in Milwaukee.
Okay.
Was this around the Jeffrey Dahmer time?
I don't.
Who's Milwaukee?
2011?
Yeah, no.
Just let me know. Okay.
The hour of judgment.
Okay, we've done a couple of Christmas albums on this one, and for every... Well, we'll get into it later. But for everything that made the Shatner one, for instance, very cool, this is everything that's fucking wrong with Christmas carols.
Welcome to the Christmas spirit.
Yes. This whole thing is everything I hate about Christmas carols, because it sounds like a 45 being played on 33 1/3. Go ask your parents what that means. Weiland might have a pleasant voice most of the time. You probably wouldn't agree, but
No.
his voice on this just makes my dick itch. If you like traditional Christmas carols, go nuts and listen to this. If you don't like Christmas carols, you will be aligning with me and putting this shit in the bin.
In the bin?
In the bin.
Oh, fuck.
I can't follow. What's your rating?
The bin.
Oh, it's just...
It's in the bin.
Yeah, it's just... there's nothing. Oh, fuck.
I must admit, I was surprised when I heard this. It's probably the most traditional sounding Christmas album that I've heard from anyone in the rock and metal world. They usually put their own spin on it. I knew Weiland has a great voice. He's no Axl Rose, but he can do ballads.
Oh my god.
Well, he's fucking not. This did give a whole new side to him.
You could have picked Freddie Mercury as a point of reference, I suppose. Axl fucking Rose again.
They were both what we called it was Slash. So there's a connection.
Yeah. Anyways, keep going.
Any fucking excuse will do for you.
If you wanted to buy your nana a present for Christmas that you could bond over, this would probably be it, because your nana would be all over this. I gave it 7 out of 10. It wasn't a bad listen.
Wow.
Christmas song, Silent Night, and Winter Wonderland was 10.
Yeah, I have...
He's struggling already. He's not even into it yet.
I've already told the THRS audience in the past how much I disdain this person.
This hasn't helped that along?
It's helped it in that direction. Look, with all... Yeah.
You're trying to be nice, aren't you?
I'm trying to find something. Look, if you're going for that authentic style of Christmas carol, like the very old school, yeah, he nailed that. I'll give him that. Fuck my life, though. It is a terrible way of doing, songs. Christmas carol, I don't give a fuck if they're Christmas carol. These was just normal songs. It was fucked. It's just, I don't like this guy at all.
I can tell.
And
Really?
I don't get why he's so liked and stuff. I don't get it, and I still... Doing this is just, he pissed me off again. And
he's ruined Christmas.
Yeah, look, like I said, the authenticity of it, okay, cool. But no, it's crap. I gave it a 2.
Wow.
And I thought that was being nice,
yeah.
But that's the only thing. Just because you went for the authentic thing, cool, but it's garbage.
All right, so this reeks of cash grab to me, and it's an ironic joke of an album.
Wait for Michael Bublé to come out of his fucking cave with his mum's knitted with a jacket on.
Well, at least he's retired now. But
No, he hasn't.
Well, this guy, he died. He retired. As you can probably tell, I'm not a massive Scott Weiland fan. Even when he was doing the things that he was most suited to. So to flip it on its head and him to do something completely different, it was never going to work well for me. Just looking at the cover, you could tell exactly what you were going to get. It was predictable straight away.
It was bad drugs. That's what it fucking was. You got a bad batch of some shit, and no one should let him in the studio. Simple as that.
But honestly, man, who didn't see this coming? I mean, this is a guy who spent his whole career imitating bloody Alice in Chains, bloody David Bowie, Guns N' Roses towards the end of his career. The only people left for him to imitate were bloody Frank Sinatra, Bing Crosby, and bloody Nat King Cole. So why not? Give it a crack, mate. Seriously,
True story.
The music on this Christmas album made me want to strangle a fucking reindeer. It's ridiculous, right? Oh Holy Night has that bloody dreadful reggae lounge arrangement. right? Something that you'd hear at a bloody Holiday Inn. Seriously, it's shit. What child is this for that shitty jazzy drums and fucking flute solo? Now, if you're not Jethro Tull, get fucked to you and your flute, right? Like Christmas is exactly identical to the Bing Crosby original, except Bing Crosby's is much better. It's a sort of album that you only listen to for the first 10 or so seconds of each track, and then you just move on. Yeah, it's just rubbish. About the singing though, my issue with him is that he's always been trying to imitate someone else, and I just don't like that at all.
Yeah,
he's never sounded as utterly fake as he does on this album. Yeah, it's just not for me. His swinging voice in Winter Wonderland, man, if that isn't, that's probably the most obnoxious singing I've ever heard in my life. Seriously, not one ounce or shred of enthusiasm or emotion in that.
Is this you harming this?
No, I've skipped a couple. As I said, lacking any real emotion, average at best, obvious cash grab to rip off as many people at this time of year as you possibly can, which, hey, that's what Christmas is all about. So, Merry fucking Christmas. I'd give this one partridge in a pear tree. I thought it was going to get worse.
Yeah, it got worse.
Oh, shit.
All right, now we have probably the most traditional Christmas album that we'll review as a part of this special, and as much, or as such, probably gonna know what you're gonna get if you haven't fucking figured that already.
Should have done Kev bloody Wilson's Christmas. Kev's
Yeah,
Christmas
I can't get that onto air. There are some standards on community TV, but there's not many.
Yeah. This will make it.
It'll piss a lot of people off too. I thought the band playing around, Scott actually played it well. You can fault the songs and the music, but they did their job. They played well. I thought Scott's...
Trying so hard to be positive.
I'm not even done yet. Scott's vocals at parts were pretty good. They show a different side to me. I think he's actually a talented vocalist for the most part. He nails a lot of this, but this has been done across multiple sessions, and you can tell because I have the feeling he was more on than others, if you know what I mean. I'm loath to say it in light of history, but there are tracks in here where you really do wonder if he was just completely fucking loaded while recording. The inflection changes, he slides to the notes. It's like your drunk old grandpa fucking singing at the Christmas trees. It's fucked. And he gives it a Kermit the Frog tone. Like, what the fuck happened? There are some songs where he goes away from that, and then there are other songs where this just... And it's like, what the fuck? Did Miss Piggy do something to you or what? It's hard. You can't talk about compositions on albums like this, but the arrangement of some songs is pretty cool. Like you hated the reggae thing, but I thought it was actually pretty cool to do something different with it at least. They didn't just go for the 45 minutes of non-stop fucking Christmas carols fucking ring-a-ding. They actually tried to spice it up a bit and do something different with it, which made the album at least relatively interesting to listen to. The backing vocals, the instrumental touches were done well, and I thought they had a lot of colour to not make the album too boring. You can't talk about lyrics, it's fucking Christmas carols. It's very safe and very sellable. I thought the production was pretty good aside from the vocal issues I've talked about before. I think the actual production is pretty well done. Yeah. The layering was good, lots of ear candy moments in that regard, a lot of different instruments coming in and out of the piece as well. So I took this as a whole thing as opposed to a vocal performance. It's a short album, the track order is well thought out. It could have been better if they'd have worked on the vocal takes, but overall...
They were worked on vocal takes.
Oh, okay, well that's even more problematic. This is, when you think about rock artists, quote unquote, doing traditional Christmas carols, you don't really think of many like that, so this is a bit different in that regard. You're only going to play it once a year if at all. If at all. It's worth listening to in the background during the... Like, this is the one Christmas album from what we talk about that you can take home, in my case, to a preaching fucking father who I can put this on in the background and not won't piss him off.
Yeah, he's probably already got 10 of those.
Okay, well, I'll beat him into submission with boredom then. It's not going to make a difference, but at least this is the inoffensive Christmas carol album. This is a rock musician's sellable, inoffensive one where anyone can listen to this at any time and it's not going to piss anyone off ever, which is the most un-rock and roll thing you can ever fucking do. Gave it a 7 out of 10. Silent Night, Holy Night, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas and Happy Christmas and many more. That was the original track and I thought it was pretty cool. That was a nice little touch on it. Yes, you can have your bin. Check it out for yourselves, folks, and let us know what you think.
Should do a shootout between that and the Mariah Carey album.
Oh,
No.
God.
I wouldn't do it to myself. In fact, I would...
All on the
I would
Christmas
hazard a guess that the Mariah Carey one would be 10 times better.
Yeah, probably.
Who the fuck put this one in? That's what I want to
Are
know.
we allowed to say cunt?
Hey!
Hey! I was going to give you an hour, but
about yourself?
Yeah, good, man. Hello, Danny. It's me. You know me, we're friends. Remember?
Shall we? Who wants to go first?
Sure.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Alright.
bring it.
All right. Okay.
bring it.
Now.